Naming Aaron Boone the manager. That will take place, the official, the carving board, as we say, will take place on Wednesday. That will be the day. So Wednesday you can expect to have Cashman and the newest Yankee manager, Aaron Boone. He becomes the 33rd manager of the franchise. Is it surprising? I mean, yeah, he's a guy who was a baseball player and then a broadcaster. And, I firmly believe that Aaron possesses the attributes needed to follow in the traditions of great Yankee managers. What would those possibly be? What are those attributes? He's never been a coach, never been a manager, he's never been a coach. What would be the attributes that you see? Other than basically you like the way he talked to you. I mean, really, I'm being honest. He embraced analytics and told you that he can get along with the young players. Okay. I mean, that's basically it. What else are you using? The guy was a baseball player from a baseball family. Is that the important part? What is the important part? Is it a baseball family? I mean, I'm just saying, what are the attributes exactly? Aaron's been a baseball lifer. Okay, fine. Listen, the Yankees didn't have to make this change. They decided to make this change. We'll see how it works. And it sounds like Ohtani isn't coming to anybody except the Seattle Mariners. That's what it sounds like. Sounds like that's where he's going. So it's not going to Dodgers, not going to Yankees, not going to the Mets. He's not going, to the Red Sox. It sounds like he's going to the Seattle Mariners. That's where it sounds like he's going, if you're interested. So Aaron Boone to the Yankees? Hey, we'll see. It doesn't mean it's not going to work. Might work great. Might not work at all. We'll see what happens. Now, let me give away a couple of tickets, because let me give away 2 sets right now. We'll take the first and second caller at 866-540-WFAN. You'll both win a pair of tickets to see the show at the Paley Center on 52nd Street at the Museum of TV and Radio. It used to be called that. Now it's called the Paley Center in honor of the man who built CBS. We'll take the first, second caller at 866-540-WFAN right now for your chance to win tickets. We'll give away tickets again twice more in the show. So be listening for your chance to win. That's Thursday, the 14th. The next day is my last show on the Fan. So this is the last day where we'll have guests, and you can see it in front of a live audience at the Paley Center. That's on the 14th. This Sunday, we're at Mulcahy's for a football Sunday show from 9 to 11:30. It's already sold out. We sold over almost 500 tickets. So we got a big crowd coming on Sunday for that, and I'll be there at 9 o'clock. The doors open at 8:30. Brought to you by Bruni and Campisi Heating, Plumbing, and Home Performance, by Agera Energy, the Tri-State's premier electricity and natural gas supplier, and by Sports Clips. It's good to be a guy. We will have Eli Manning at 5 o'clock. And if you didn't hear John Mara, you can hear him at 6 o'clock. He was on earlier today. Ryan in Connecticut. What's up, Ryan?
Hey, Mike. Real quick before I make my Eagles point, what are the odds? I know you don't have many shows left, of getting maybe Tiger Woods, getting that elusive interview.
I don't think there's a very good chance of getting Tiger Woods probably at all. Yeah. Well, go ahead.
It'd be a good one.
Yeah, go ahead. I don't think so, but yes, it would be a good one.
All right. I listen about the Eagles. I'm not too upset. I'm actually I'm all right with them losing. You saw Peters, their left tackle. He was out. You saw that get exposed this week, and I think it brought them back down to earth a little. I think they needed this loss. I think they're going to build on it. They're going to use this as a lesson. And I believe they're staying out west.
They are staying out west. They play the Rams this week. They need to win this game now this week. Otherwise, what people are going to say is they played a soft schedule, that the NFCs came up really weak this year, and that's why the Eagles are dominating. They hadn't beaten a lot of good teams. They haven't beaten a lot of good teams this year. So that's why.
You can only play who's on your schedule.
Yeah, I understand that. But when you go to Seattle, and Seattle hasn't been overly strong, and Seattle will hold you to 10 points, when they haven't been very good themselves, that's a little, like I said, beat the Rams this week.
We went to Carolina.
Beat the Rams this week, okay? Otherwise, now already, right now, number 1 seed isn't looking that good. So beat the Rams this week. Then we'll chat. Don't beat the Rams this week, and people are going to start to think that you're soft. I'm just telling you. Beat the Rams this week. No one's getting on you for not beating the Seahawks. Beat the Rams. Jason in Clifton. What's up, Jason?
Hey, Mike, to me, Reese really staked the rest of his career with the Giants on deciding to stick with Flowers at left tackle. I think when anybody who watched the Giants last year knew that they had to improve in that position going into this year, Mike. And the first 2 games of the year showed that was
I don't think it's about one position, Mike. Though. It's a lot bigger than one position, though.
Yeah, but, Mike, that was Eli got off to a bad start because of those first 2 games.
Yeah, but their defense blew the lead in 3 games in their first 4 games. Three of their first 5 games, the defense blew the lead in the fourth quarter.
Don't you think, though, Mike, going into this year that they had to improve the line?
Yeah, I thought they did have to improve the line, but I don't think that's why he got fired. He got fired for a variety of reasons. He got fired for Beckham not playing this year. He got fired because they didn't discipline Beckham. He got fired because Marshall got hurt this year.
Didn't he get off to the 0-2 start because of Flowers?
Not just Flowers, no. It's not. It's not. Yeah, but it's not just one person's fault. It's never just one person's fault. Yeah, Flowers didn't play well. The line didn't play well, but it's not just one person's fault ever. It's not about just one position. He didn't improve the line. He absolutely made a big mistake with the line. Totally agree. But it's more than that. It's not just ever one thing. But that was a big part of it. I agree. But it's not just that. Mike in Verona, what's up, Mike?
Hey, Mike, how you doing? First of all, I want to say congrats on a great career. I'm a huge fan.
Thank you.
And I just want to know what you think. I think the Giants, honestly, they should give Jim Harbaugh a blank check and personnel control so we can turn this organization around.
To who?
I think he's Jim Harbaugh. I think he's the best guy to do it.
They would never do that. You know that. I mean, if you know anything about the Giants, you know that's
I know, but Mariners conference, someone asked, would you still want to do, manager and coach? But if they wanted to make a change for once, Harbaugh's the man.
Why? First of all, if you're Harbaugh, why would you come here?
Michigan, listen, I know they're not having that good of a season, but the Giants are.
Well, why wouldn't you go to Indianapolis and coach Luck?
Because he's a top 3 pick with the Giants.
Yeah, but they have his former quarterback.
I know that, but you don't know with Luck. You don't know what's going on with his injury. He might never play again, they're saying.
I don't buy that. I mean, if I'm Harbaugh, if you ask me which way I go, if I was Harbaugh, I'd go to first of all, if Harbaugh is going to go to the Bears or he's going to go to the Colts if he's going to come back to the pros. He's got a relationship with the Bears, and he's got his former quarterback in Indianapolis. That makes more sense than him coming to the Giants. And the Giants aren't going to pay him and give him total control either. That's not going to happen. Joe in North Babylon. What's up, Joe?
Hey, Mike. Big fan.
Thank you. What's happening?
I've loved you for so long now.
Thank you. Thank you.
This coach with McAdoo, did he just ruin it so bad that they had to fire him?
Yes.
The
answer is yes. He ruined it so bad. He made it so bad this year that they had to fire him. Even after he won 11 games his first year, and he made it hard for him to fire him, they still had to fire him. It got so bad this year, and he did everything so badly this year, they had to fire him. I totally agree. Matt in Huntington, what's up, Matt? There was no salvaging him this year. Nothing at all.
Mike, how you doing? Thanks
what's up,
for taking
Matt?
a call.
Thank you. What's up?
Mike, correct me if I'm wrong. Historically, the Giants don't usually give executives multiple titles. Is that correct?
Are you talking about
as far as like a general manager / vice president of operations, or?
Well, very rare, very rare. But I mean, you're talking more. They don't hire coach general managers. What they don't hire.
Right. No, well, that I knew. But like, if my question to you is this: I mean, looking at this season right now,
right.
Even though they're 6-6, they could potentially go 10-6. Do you think Holmgren may be available at the end of the year?
Wait a second. Didn't you say Giants?
I'm talking about the Giants. I'm talking about.
Well, you said they're 6-6. Who's 6-6?
Kansas City.
You just said you were talking about the Giants.
I'm talking about the Giants. I'm talking about being available for the job for the Giants.
Well, what is home? Why were you just brought up Kansas City for?
Kansas City Chiefs are 6-6 right now.
But wait, you said, wait a second. What planet are you on? You just said you want to talk about the Giants.
I'm talking about the Giants.
So what does Holmgren have to do?
Mike Holmgren will be available.
Who's Mike Holmgren? What does he have to do with the Chiefs?
The coach of the Chiefs.
Andy Reid.
Andy Reid.
Jeez. What he's talking about? I was like, what is he talking about? No, I don't think Andy Reid's leaving Kansas City. No, I do not think he is. No. I do not. Parks in Manhattan. I didn't know what he was talking about. What's up, Parks? Yes,
hey, Mike,
Parks.
how you doing?
Good. What's up?
long time, first time here.
Thank
I met
you.
you as a
Thank
little
you.
kid in Alfredo's Pizzeria in Point Lookout, New York.
Thank you.
Many, many years ago, and I've been listening to you forever. So,
Thank you.
with all this going on, my big question to you is, what do you think happens to Odell Beckham? Do you think there's a better chance they keep him or a better chance that they look to get rid of him?
Absolutely keep him. You don't get rid of a guy like that off a bad year. It makes no sense. It's a terrible use of your assets. When you got a guy like that, get him back to playing at a high level before you do anything. That's the most important thing. EJ in Allentown, what's up, EJ?
Mike, I want to take issue a little bit with a comment you made last week, being a Heisman Trophy voter.
Mm-hmm.
Why would you tell your listening audience you were finding anything in your power, not maybe those aren't the words, not to vote for the Oklahoma quarterback?
Yeah, I still couldn't do it because I didn't like him. Because I don't like him.
I mean, is that a prerequisite for a vote?
Well, his actions are his actions are a prerequisite for my vote. Yes, his actions on the field are a prerequisite for my vote. When he's wearing a uniform, I didn't say anything about when he's not wearing a uniform. When he's wearing a uniform, his actions are a prerequisite for my vote.
That one incident.
It's not a one incident thing. Okay, he's not a one incident kid. Then you're not following him. You're not following him if you think he's a one incident kid. And before you sit here and make a big deal about it,
I'm not a fan of
I voted for him. Okay, so then we're not talking about it anymore. Be quiet. I voted for him. But, yes, what he does in the uniform impacts his vote. Sorry, it does. In the uniform. And he did that nonsense in a uniform. Mike in Flora Park, I still voted for him. What's up, Mike?
Hey, Mike. You would agree the NFL's having a really rough year, right?
Bad year, yes, absolutely.
I mean, it's in your opinion, do they recover quickly or is it going to take a while?
Well, recovering is a funny word. I mean, other leagues would love to recover like the NFL is recovering.
You keep saying that.
Well, because their revenues.
Well, you keep using revenue.
Wait a second. Where do you think they get the revenue from? Mike, they get it from TV.
But revenue is
okay. Let's go with Mike. Let's go with ratings. Let's go with Mike. Mike. Their average Monday night game does more than a World Series game. Okay.
Mike, you keep bringing up apples and oranges.
It's not apples and oranges.
It is apples and oranges. Is there?
How is it? But how is it, Mike? How is it, Mike? How is it apples and Mike?
Because you like to.
Be quiet. Yes, their ratings are down. Yes, but for those of you who hate the NFL, you cannot take away the fact that their level of supremacy over the other sports is so enormous that it's almost minuscule compared to what other sports do. So, yes, if you paint the picture that their ratings are down and they're having a bad year, totally true. Are their ratings down 15% in 2 years? Absolutely. Were their TV ratings down 19% on Thanksgiving? Absolutely. Do they have something to worry about? Completely. But the level they are starting from is so enormously, it's like comparing the United States to a little country and then saying, oh, the United States got problems. Well, you should have their problems. So other leagues should have their problems, is my point. They are so powerful and wealthy and successful, but they are, for the first time, stubbing their toe. So, yes, they have to clean up their act. Completely, they have to clean up their act. They don't want to have another year where they hemorrhage 15% off their ratings over 2 years. They don't want that to happen again next year. They don't want people to kneel down for the national anthem. So, absolutely. But when you try to sing that their game is falling apart, remember that their average game does better than the other sports' postseason games. That their average games do better than the other sports' championship games. So just take that into account. I mean, it's a completely different world you're dealing with. They're starting from such a high level but if your point is that they are having a bad year, which I completely agreed to, you said they're having a bad year, I said bad year. Having a very bad year, very bad year. I agreed, very bad year. But remember where you're starting from. I just think it's something you have to be fair about and try to be a little bit balanced about. Not try to say that their lives are over. They are coming at it from an enormous position of power. But you know what? This anthem thing has hurt them dramatically. I don't think there's any question about it. It has really hurt their business. as have other things. I think they have a problem. I don't like I've come to the conclusion, and I really gave this a lot of thought for a while. I've come to the conclusion they have to stop replaying. They have to stop looking at every touchdown and every turnover. You have to go back to, you have to challenge the plays. It's taking too much time. And they're spending way too much time on way too many touchdowns. And the touchdowns that are irking the fans, like the ones with the jet tight end, would never come into play. If somebody had to challenge those plays, they would never challenge them. And what they're doing is the same thing baseball has to be cognizant of. The idea is not to see whether the player came off the bench for 1/50th of a second and the glove hit his back, and that's why he's out, when it's something you couldn't even see with the naked eye. But you can see with their, super sensitive slow-mo. That's not what you're trying to do, is legislate that. You're trying to legislate the terrible error. So to me, both sports, especially football, has really gotten away from the idea of what replay was supposed to do, and they have slowed their game down to where it's almost like a funeral procession. And the idea, I saw this yesterday again in person, you've almost stopped the celebration in the stadium for the touchdown, because now they're going to replay it. So until he comes back and says, touchdown, you've almost suspended every touchdown. That's not good for the sport. It's not what the idea is. Here's Mr. Matt.